So I originally wanted to make a video on Brock, but that didn't work out so well, so then I wanted to make a video on Buzz, but that also didn't work out well. So now I'm doing a video on Ricochet. But I don't mind because Ricochet is a really good brawler who I used to use a lot back then. And it's been like 3 or 4 months since the last time I've used him, so in this video I'm going to see just how good he can hold up to all the new brawlers that there are. So going over my loadout for my gadget, I'll be using multi-ball launcher. My first gear is reload speed, my second is shield, and finally I'll be using super bouncy for my star power. So with that said, let's begin. So I think one of the reasons why I enjoyed using Ricochet a lot back then was because of how similar he was to Colt. Now of course they have different attributes, but the main idea is being able to attack from medium to long range. I can probably make an entire video comparing and contrasting Colt and Ricochet, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to talk about what Ricochet has to offer. Of course, the most important and coolest thing about him is that his attacks are able to bounce. It does take some time to get used to with finding the right angle and whatnot, but it is a lot of fun. I think the best way to use it is on maps like these that have barricades and obstacles just spread around everywhere. And of course, if you want to make the most of it, using his star power super bouncy allows him to do an extra 256 damage. But even with that small boost, you might not get lucky because some brawlers are just too stubborn to die. And believe me, this happens a lot. But thankfully, it's really easy and fast to charge his super. And that's another reason why I enjoy using him. It only takes a few attacks to get your super ready, unlike other brawlers like Crow that seem to take forever. Apart from that though, his gadgets are a completely different story. From my personal experience and opinion, I found that his multi-ball launcher is the most useful for almost any situation. While the damage may not be anything special, it can help you avoid brawlers that are coming towards you. And you don't have to use it on small maps either, but it can get a bit tricky trying to hit someone. And speaking of hitting, his second gadget, Bouncy Castle, definitely relies on this if you wanted to make it work. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's bad or that Rico doesn't deserve some type of healing power, but its practicality correlates with how good you are at using Rico. So you can imagine on open maps, if your aim is not on point, it's not gonna do you all that well. But even with all that said, it always comes down to skill and a bit of luck. I don't typically play the same brawler for more than a few days, but I'm sure if I did, I would be saying something completely different. Though at least I'm able to do good enough for these videos. So in my opinion, Rico is still just as good as I remembered. He may not be able to take down every single brawler, but he could definitely stand a chance against Benny, and I think that's saying a lot. While I do prefer Colt for his versatility, I think Rico is still a solid option for many maps, as long as you know the layout. And hopefully he doesn't get some ridiculous nerf in the future. Anyways, have a good day.